really cool to see the girls change as a group, not as basketball players, but as almost as friends and as teammates. As the year progressed, you saw the relationships build, and we struggled with a few losses mid-season, but they never changed. Their attitudes improved throughout the year, and so winning and losing aside, it was really cool to watch them kind of evolve as a group of friends and teammates.
Our coaching staff was awesome. Coach Thomas, Coach Brooke, Coach Charles, Coach C, all of them are great. All my teammates, and big shout out to our seniors, especially Cassidy Dixon. She played great, and Mia. They all played great that state championship game.
It was a really good experience. The game was really hard fought. I think we played really well. I think we finally got our momentum going for the playoffs, and I think we really followed through with our game plan and played collectively as a team and shared the ball well, and ended up winning.
And Millennium, just too much for the Lady Cavs. They win 62-39. Flowing Wells finishes this shortened season at 15-4.
Hey guys, just some quick reminders for you. Remember to bring your Chromebooks and have them charged and ready to go at the start of every day so that you're ready to learn and get into class. Also, remember, phones should be put away at the start of every class to keep any distractions away. Thirdly, I should say, bring your mask, and just in case you forgot one, always have a second mask in your backpack or in your pockets or, whatever. And also be sure to bring your student IDs because you kind of need them to be here. Be sure to social distance since we're still in COVID, and that's not good. Also be sure to go to advisory every day because they take attendance. Lastly, the school's empty on Wednesday, so there's no school for in-person students, but there is still school for online students. Thank you for listening. These have been your reminders.
Hey Tigers, it's Miss O'Shaughnessy here and the counseling team. We are here today to remind you of things we can do if you need help. First of all, I want to guide you to the Millennium homepage and our counseling and our college and career center page with Miss Lewandowski. If you look here under departments, go to counseling, you'll see we have a bunch of great information for WestMech, ACT, course descriptions, new student information. You'll also see our contact information and our remind groups. If you haven't already, please check it out and make sure you are part of your caseload remind as well as your grade level remind. We send out a bunch of great information. On this page, you can get to our contact, you can click our faces and make appointments and send us an email. We are here for you. I also want to show you real quick the College and Career Center page. Miss Lewandowski has added so many great things. We have recordings from our scholarship nights, FAFSA. Again, loaded with great stuff. Another thing I want to show you, if you need more assistance with social and emotional help, just know that within our district, we have so many wonderful resources embedded. We have crisis response lines, so we have warm lines and 24-hour hotlines you can call and text. We have, again, the texting one crisis line, and I will share this to all Google Classroom pages, and it is uploaded on our website, but I will make sure you guys have access to this again. So again, we have the hotlines you can call, text. Another one here. On the back of your ID, and I understand some of you do not have an ID, but if those that do, on the back of it you have the AZ Teen Lifeline, and it's a quick Google away, but I want to provide this number for you guys. We also network with Touchstone Therapy Health Services. So if you need more information, please reach out to your school counselor. We also have a school social worker. Her name is Miss Penny, P-E-N-N-E. We are here to help you and provide additional services you might need. And then the last great thing is called Arizona 211. It's a community resource. There's an app you can download, or you can even dial in 211, and it breaks down many different content areas for resources. But we are here for you. You're not alone. Whatever our counselor and our counseling team can do to assist you, we got your back. We hope you're doing well. We believe in you.
Hey Millennium Tigers, I'm Officer Olson, your SRO. If you need anything, just tell me how I can help. MHS, I believe in you.
I'm bringing some of the wisest, successful, most inspirational human beings on this planet into your classrooms for your benefit.
When everything was stacked against me, that's when I was at my best.
You never know when the days could stop counting. That's when you make them count.
You gotta shoot your shot.
We all have the ability.
I can do anything I put my mind to.
And they took a leap of faith. These are the answers, the blueprints. I'm providing them to you. I have this heart that bleeds for the youth of this country because we need to learn to lead. We need to elevate ourselves. That's how this world changes. It starts with you.
Today we're traveling to Memphis, Tennessee. St. Jude is leading the world in the way we understand, treat, and defeat childhood cancer and other diseases. On top of being the leaders in fighting and treating childhood cancer, families don't have to pay a single dime.
It's a place where everybody cares about each other.
This is the story of one St. Jude cancer survivor and his message to make every day count.
I was just downtown having pizza in the back of my truck, watching the sunset with my girlfriend. And my mom was like, yeah, you need to come to the doctor's right now. So I came back that night, and then it was that next Sunday where we had a meeting with my doctor. It was a family friend. They're all in a circle. He said, Adam, I'm afraid you had leukemia. And I was like, what's leukemia? So it was a Sunday night. I had a 8 a.m. appointment at St. Jude that next morning. So that's when I met with my doctor, and he gave me my actual diagnosis of acute lymphoblastic leukemia.
Acute lymphoblastic leukemia is a cancer that affects the white blood cells, which fight infection and help protect the body against disease.
And treatment involves chemo, spinal taps, surgeries. I wasn't making every day count, and then after my diagnosis, you never know when the days could stop counting. That's when you make them count.
You know, we're often guilty of essentially not truly living, doing the things we want to before we die. We float through life, we float through routine. Challenge you to just do two things a year. Make a list and do 2 things, knock them out every year, vow to yourself. Make it a book of life instead of a bucket list. Make every day count. By the time you're 70 and you look back on your life, you'll be so proud of it. The things you accomplished, the things you did. Two things a year. Make every day count.
Back in my high schooler shoes, and to know that I was being diagnosed with cancer, my biggest worry was where I was going to college, but then it all changed when I was diagnosed.
Adam was diagnosed with cancer when he was 16. And the doctor said if they caught it a few weeks later, he wouldn't have even been treatable.
Went straight to the ICU that day. I started chemo that day. I had surgery the next day. I remember vividly waking up with a port. I had one right here and one right here. It's where you can easily stick a needle in, and then it has a thing that goes straight to one of the veins in your heart. Once the medicine goes in, it can go throughout the body really quickly than just putting it in a vein.
Sometimes when you go through traumatic experiences, it doesn't set in all the way, right away. It takes a while to really understand and really impact you, how difficult the situation can be.
And that's when I had my veggie smoothie with me that morning, just coming in. And I called my mom, and they're like, yeah, he can't eat anything, And that was the first time my freedom started to get taken away. I made my veggie smoothie. I mean, sacrificed friends, sports. I loved hanging out with people, but when you're going through treatment, your counts are so low, you basically can't hang out with people other than going to the hospital and going home, because you can easily get sick. So that was about a year long of just isolation, and it can really get to you. I woke up after one chemo day and I fell down the stairs and my dad caught me and I blacked out for a while, and that's when I remember my sister crying, my mom crying. I could just tell it was having an emotional toll, a physical toll. It's just not right, really.
I want you to think of one thing that matters to you at your school. It could be a nonprofit, a charity event. It could be a person that really needs your help. What actions are you taking today to help that person? And if you don't know how, ask them. How can I help you?
I was determined to graduate with my class, and St. Jude made that possible. During that, I would go downstairs, meet with my teacher named Sarah, and it was just one-on-one. Around the table, there would be probably 2 or 3 other patients with their teachers with them. And that's when I met one of the strongest girls I've ever met, Hannah. We would goof around the majority of the time, just mess around. She's no longer with me, but I know she's looking over me though. I'm basically just sick of it. Like I didn't know much about cancer until I was diagnosed, but then I realized really quickly how awful it is and the work that's being done at St. Jude to stop it. I knew I could do something with my story.
Said that one of the things that came to you when you were lying in a bed at St. Jude was that you decided that you wanted to be a voice for the voiceless. That was your quote.
So I was getting chemo one day. I came up with a business plan to raise money for St. Jude, but I called the CEO of ALSAC. So he came over a few days later while I was getting chemo, and he was all for it. He was behind my back the whole way.
Since being diagnosed in 2014, Adam, his family, and friends have committed themselves to raising funds for his St. Jude Heroes team, Adam's Army. They did this by holding bake sales, dog washes, to training even for a half marathon. In the first year alone, Adam had rallied with his team more than $170,000 for St. Jude.
I tried to tell people, like, if I can do that, then you can do it with me, you can raise money with me. And that's when I knew that I had a really cool story to spread around, and there was still a lot of work to be done.
I want you to think of just one person, one charity event. It's a nonprofit that means something to you. How are you going to help? How are you going to get involved? What actions are you going to take today to make that change?
I'm here almost every other day from about 7 to 5, receiving a 4-hour chemo treatment. And every day there's always a kid that I just look at, and they can't speak. I mean, they're like 2 or 3, and I just know how much pain they're in. I've been there. I've taken their voice and try to just speak for my patients, my fellow patients. So last month, raised $50,000 just from reaching out to friends who would commit to raising money. And it's my goal this year for $100,000, and every year after that until I'm 26 years old. Now it's June, and I finished the last dose of that chemo last Friday.
Pack up your bags, get out the door, you don't get chemo anymore.
So that's why St. Jude keeps fighting. That's why I keep fundraising. In the last 50 years, the survival rates have skyrocketed, so I can't imagine what's going to happen in the next 50.
Every student in this country has an opportunity to make a difference in the world around them. If you wanted to get started as a student, easiest thing that you can do, first and foremost, go talk to an activities coordinator or an assistant principal or your principal and make sure that they'd be okay with hosting a school-wide event. Once you've done that, it's very, very easy. You or they go to stjude.org/teamup, and from there, it walks you through step-by-step of how to sign up, very quick and easy. The best ones that I've seen happen when 2 rival schools actually end up doing it at the same time. You never know when the next phone call that you get might absolutely shatter your world. The people that St. Jude treats, they've received that phone call. As a student, you have an opportunity to make their day even that much better. Just a little bit. You have an opportunity to potentially save a life.